Hello everyone, I'm excited to tell you all about a wonderful place we found here in Las Vegas. Not only do they have great food, but spectacular deals as well. There's almost always some type of special going on, and they also have a wonderful happy hour every day from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. and again from midnight to 6 a.m. If you're looking for the best bargains on steaks in town, then boy do I have great news for you, so stick around. I've been all over the world and dined at some of the finest restaurants. Also, being an award-winning chef, I'm a foodie's foodie with an excellent palate. So when I tell you about a place that excites me, you can rest assured you're gonna love it. Today, we're taking you to Rustic House. They have 2 locations under that name and a sister location known as John Cutter. The addresses of all 3 are listed in the description below. While all the food here is delicious, their steaks and steak deals are what really separate Rustic House from the competition. But we started with the appetizers. A number of the appetizers are available during happy hour for half off. We decided to try 3 from the happy hour list. The Philly fries are heavy, hearty mess and not for the faint of heart. They're very filling and oh so good. Shaved ribeye piled high atop fries with Rustic House's Philly cheese sauce. This dish is like a Philly cheese steak hopped up on steroids. The meat is grilled with mushrooms, onions, and seasoned just right with lots of salt and pepper. The fries are great. They're crispy and easily hold up to the cheese sauce and seared beef without losing their integrity. Crispy, meaty, cheesy goodness at its finest. I asked for some ranch dressing, and it's phenomenal. Perhaps the best ranch dressing I've ever tasted. It's homemade, and they use real buttermilk to make it. Wow, I'm gonna have to order another Rustic House salad just to try this ranch again. Anyway, get these yummy Philly cheese fries, you won't be disappointed. Dive in, they're a delicious, greasy, satisfying mess. Is this the best spinach artichoke dip I've ever had? No, but it's good. Ooey, gooey, and cheesy. I love the garlic bread and the crusty cheese spinach topping. They're the best part of the dish. There's a certain tartness and bite from the sharp cheese. And I love these large chunks of artichoke. The dish is, however, a little runny. Not greasy, but watery. I'm guessing that the spinach may not have been properly drained. However, eaten with this terrific garlic bread, it's very enjoyable, and we ate every bite. I just love authentic Bavarian pretzels. They're served piping hot with wonderful large crystals of salt adorning the exterior. They remind me of my time in Bavaria. They're a favorite snack of the local inhabitants. Our Bavarian friend Bettina would love these. They're the real deal, unlike what we Americans usually consider pretzels. The first time Bettina traveled to the States, she was served pretzels with her drink and the usual bowl of rock-hard, tasteless excuses for a pretzel came out. After the shock and disappointment wore off, she swore she'd never order pretzels in the States again. Well, Bettina, we found a place you'll be able to enjoy a pretzel without having to trek back to Bavaria. I love the grainy mustard they serve with these delicious pretzels, and the cheese sauce is fantastic. If you're here for happy hour, don't forget to order them. You don't want to miss out. The burger at Rustic House comes with a choice of fries or any of their house-side salads. Today, we have a wedge salad. I'll tell you more about the salad a little bit later. But first, let's dive into this burger. Look at it. A beautiful mess of cheesy, melty, oniony goodness. It's so full of rich umami flavor and very juicy. These burgers remind me of La Costa Country Club. I've mentioned in previous videos that we belonged there when I was a kid. In the summer, you'd be laying out tanning by the pool, and the smell would make you crazy hungry. You just had to have one. These are the kind of crave-worthy burgers they serve there. The meat is fresh ground and wonderful quality. It's 10 ounces and similar in flavor to a wonderful charred steak. They have what I think are the best tasting steaks in town, and the burger also has this phenomenal flavor. It comes with grilled onions and melted cheddar cheese. It's great quality meat, and so we ordered it rare, but you can order it any way you desire. As you can see, it's been prepared perfectly as we requested. Fantastic. Okay, as for the wedge salad, it's enormous. If you order it as a salad by itself, you get double the amount. Can't imagine having 2 of these. The wedge salad was invented here in the United States around the turn of the last century. It's the perfect wedge here. The lettuce is so nice and crisp, and the blue cheese dressing is wonderful. I love these little bits of bacon and blue cheese that have crumbled all over the top, and the tomatoes are a very nice finishing touch. I love this salad. Perfectly al dente pasta with a creamy, cheesy tomato sauce topped with spicy Cajun seasoned grilled chicken breast.
Mamma mia!
Wow, this is a spice lover's dream come true. They don't hold back on the wicked cayenne pepper, oregano, paprika, onion, and garlic powder. There's so much flavor going on. This pasta really packs a punch. While not an Italian dish, it's a great fusion of 2 cultures coming together and having a delicious and harmonious relationship. This is a very satisfying combination of flavors. The chicken has been blackened in savory spices and is a great complement to the creamy, velvety smooth sauce. I love the garlic bread as well, anything but bland. It's simply impossible not to love this dish. Every Friday, Rustic House has a barbecue St. Louis rib special, and they're terrific. You get a choice of 2 different sauces, Jack Daniel's or Mongolian. We opted for the Jack Daniel's on the ribs and a side of the Mongolian. The Mongolian is a rich umami bomb full of tangy Asian flavor. The Jack Daniel's is your more traditional sauce. They're served a la carte, but you can order any sides with them you'd like, though the ribs are a meal by themselves. There are many bars and pubs that offer barbecue ribs, such as Ellis Island and Chuck Wagon, but none are as good as the ones they serve here at Rustic House. These are tender, smoky, juicy, St. Louis-style pork ribs at their finest. Look how thick they are. And the meat doesn't just fall off the bone, it gives you just the right amount of fight, as it should be. Yep, cooked to perfection. These ribs are succulent and full of rich, smoky flavor. I highly recommend them if you're here on a Friday. They're a must-get. While the ribs are served a la carte, we decided to try the cheesy mashed potatoes with them. Wow, so rich and creamy. I love these mashed potatoes. They're infused with lots of butter, cream, and of course, wonderfully delicious cheddar cheese. These make a fantastic companion to any of the great dishes here at Rustic House, and I highly recommend them. The origin of Boca sauce is unclear. There's much speculation as to who and when it was invented. I remember when it first appeared in the late 70s at Nouvelle Cuisine restaurants in LA. I loved it from the first time I tasted it. I remember having it at a popular spot in Beverly Hills, made by a then famous chef, and then rushing home to try to recreate what I had just tasted. You do have to be careful to cook out all the vodka, or else it takes on a very bitter taste. Boca sauce is one of my favorite ways to have pasta. It's decadent, rich, creamy, and of course, deeply satisfying. Here they start off with prosciutto ham that's been thinly sliced, then sautéed with olive oil, lots of red pepper, and garlic. Being Italian, I really appreciate them having so many wonderful pastas to choose from. Another great dish from Rustic House. Every Sunday, Rustic House offers an amazing deal on all their steaks. If you can believe it, 50% off. Though you have to travel off-strip to Summerlin, it's not more than 15 minutes and so worth the trip. Rustic House is head and tails above other restaurants in the gastropub genre, and honestly can compete in the higher-end steak realm as well. And at half off on Sundays, this should not be missed. It's an incredible deal for a top-quality steak. Today, we're trying the 18-ounce bone-in ribeye and the 16-ounce New York. The steaks are served a la carte, so we decided to get a few salads and fries as well. I was known in my restaurant for making one of the best Caesars in LA, so I consider myself a Caesar aficionado. I have to say that this is one of my favorite Caesars in Vegas. It's a perfectly balanced dressing atop crispy romaine lettuce. They use mostly the inner light leaves of the lettuce, and that's the super crispy part. It makes a great complement to the fantastic dressing because the inner leaves don't get soggy like the outer green parts. You can tell this is a true Caesar made with real anchovy, olive oil, Worcestershire, and egg yolk. I've had this salad many times here, and each time it's been special. This is not to be missed when you come here. I'm sorry to say, I can't really tell you this JC side salad is a great salad, because I'm not crazy about the dressing. It's very tart. So tart, all I can taste is vinegar and little else. I like the feta cheese, lettuce, and tomatoes, but the dressing, not so much. I told our server, and she let me know I could also have the cilantro dressing or the ranch I previously raved about. So I decided to try them both. Here's a fresh salad with the cilantro and ranch dressings on the side. They were both excellent, and if I were to order this salad again, I would get one of these dressings instead. I absolutely love the fries here. I've had them many times, and they're great. In fact, some of the best in the city. Fried in nice clean peanut oil. You can taste the fresh Kennebec potatoes, so nice and fluffy on the inside, and no saturated greasy flavor. Crispy and hot. These are great fries, and I highly recommend them. The steaks come with a subtle, not too spicy chili sauce on top. It adds just the slightest hint of pepperiness. Where do I begin with this fabulous meal we had? First of all, the steaks here are in the same league as any Gordon Ramsay restaurant. Top-notch quality meat and beautifully prepared. The flavor of this ribeye is spectacular. So tender and juicy. You can taste the subtle charcoal notes, but they don't overpower the rich umami beef. This is a standout steak, and it's been prepared perfectly as we ordered. Rare. And just a quick reminder, you can order any of the steaks as you wish, and they'll happily accommodate you. The New York steak, probably one of the best I've ever had. Look how thick this is. As with the ribeye, the flavor is phenomenal, and amazingly tender and juicy. Not very much fat either, and the little amount of fat there is edible and delicious. I'd be happy to eat this anytime. I'll definitely be coming back soon for this deal. They also offer a discount if you sign up for the rewards program. Just leave your phone number on your receipt and receive $20 off your next meal, as well as other perks such as points earned toward further discounts. As if these steak deals aren't already a great bargain, Rustic House also offers a steak and lobster special. Every Wednesday and Saturday, they offer a steak and lobster combo for just $25. That's an incredible price for steak and lobster in 2024. The deal includes an 8-ounce top sirloin steak and a 6-ounce lobster tail. Also, for just $20 more, for a total of $45, you can upgrade your steak to any of the other larger cuts they serve to replace the 8-ounce steak that comes with the deal. As many of you have noted in the comments section, we can put away a lot of food. So here we have the lobster deal and replace the 8-ounce top sirloin steak with a larger 16-ounce New York. This lobster tail is fresh and flavorful. It's perfection on a plate. And of course, great with the melted butter. It was fresh, moist, tender, yet firm. Yum! It was a great Maine lobster tail and a delight to eat. As we noted previously, the steaks come with a subtle chili sauce, but you can tell them to leave it off if you wish. It just adds the slightest hint of pepperiness. Personally, I like it on the side, since this meat is so delicious, you really don't need it. Well, this was just a fantastic meal, and I've come back for the various steak deals several times. It never fails to impress. You don't want to miss this deal. One other thing to consider, while only offered on Wednesday and Saturday, you could come on Sunday and get the half-off steak deal previously described, and add a lobster tail to your order. The lobster tail on its own costs just $16. So this would make the steak and lobster come in at $44 with a ribeye, or $42.50 with the New York. So either way, a better deal than the Wednesday and Saturday price when factoring in the steak upgrade. Pretty cool. Well, as much as I love the food so far at Rustic House, amazingly, the desserts are every bit as good, if not better. Wow, this mud pie is decadence at its finest, and the portion size is monstrous. What can I say? A veritable mountain of Oreos, chocolate, ice cream, whipped cream, and a cherry on top.
You had me at ice cream.
A homemade Oreo cookie crust with coffee ice cream and more chopped Oreos lurking within. What's not to like? If you're a child of the 80s as I am, or even if you're just a fan of that cuisine, you'll remember when this dessert became all the rage. And this version is one of the best I've ever tasted. I'm a huge fan of sugar, and this is the kind of dessert I'm elated to discover. It's my first time eating this at Rustic House, but I can promise you it will not be my last. Do yourself a favor and don't miss this mud pie dessert. I'm a huge fan of carrot cake, and this is probably one of the best I've had in a very long time. They give you 2 huge pieces, so it's perfect for sharing with a party of 8, or take some home for later. The cake comes cold since it has a delightfully tart, sweet, and rich cream cheese frosting. The cake itself is loaded with spices, walnuts, and both white and golden raisins. The cake is so fresh and moist, it's obvious they must go through it pretty quickly. And that's not hard to see why. It's so damn good. I could sit here with a nice cup of coffee or a glass of milk and eat the whole cake if I had it in front of me. Good thing I don't. Every night, I'm filled with dreams of the foods I most love. The perfect fatty, rare prime rib, crispy finger-licking fried chicken, elegant honey walnut shrimp, and of course, steak and lobster. And the list goes on. But carrot cake? Nope, can't say I've ever dreamt of carrot cake. Until now. This cake has taken over my dreams for days now, and it will yours as well. Well, here we have another great dessert. Moist, dreamy, rich, and so profoundly chocolatey. I love the frosting, nice and fudgy. There's a good amount of bitter notes in the cake to cut the sweetness, so it's not just overpoweringly sugary. This cake is served in 2 large pieces stacked upon each other, and it's definitely meant to be shared as, yet again, we have a huge portion size. Another great dessert from Rustic House. If you're a chocolate lover as I am, you may have just found your new favorite dessert. Being a sweet tooth, there's nothing better than finding a place with not only excellent tasting desserts, but also which offer huge portions. I know the $15 price tag may be off-putting, but if you're a dessert lover, trust me, these desserts are worth every penny. Well, as if the non-dessert food isn't enough of a draw at Rustic House, these desserts totally seal the deal. Incredible. We first discovered Rustic House when compiling our list of the best steak deals in Vegas, and we're so happy we did. Rustic House and John Cutter's, its sister restaurant, both have the same menu, and they're not only the best place for a steak deal, but a wonderful spot for happy hour with friends and family. They offer great deals every day on terrific food, as well as video poker and many big screen TVs where you can watch all the major sporting events. They're one of our favorite restaurants anywhere in Las Vegas, and always my first recommendation, and at the top of my list for a terrific steak at a great price. Not to mention the audacious and spectacular desserts. We know we'll be back to Rustic House soon. Who knows, maybe you'll see us there. And don't forget to tell them, Let's Eat Vegas sent you. I know we're all guilty of watching YouTube videos and not participating. Please like, comment, subscribe, or even become a VIP member. It means a lot to us, and it helps us grow and to bring you more reviews. Until we eat again, bon appetit.